Good morning to your identity daily. It's Wednesday. It's a beautiful day today. Looked outside, it's a little chilly. I had ice. We're in California. Ice on the windshield is not a typical thing you have, but today is what we're talking about. We're talking about being unashamedly you. I think there's something to this aspect that I think needs to be unpacked today, because I think there's a perspective that some people don't lead with. What's up, Luke Chap? How you doing, man? So here's my thoughts today. Hey, Megan Ree, good morning. I'm gonna let you guys come on. Good morning. How you guys doing? Dr. Del Rey, hello. Hey. So here's my thing about being unashamedly you, right? So in the world we live in, everybody's posting things on social media. Last night, if you get a chance to go look, I had my wife and my son, I don't know what it is. I know what it is. They're in a training room. Like, I create their workout programs, which happens to be one. What's up, Carlos? Or Carlos Ricardo. This is the workout programs I make for them, and they come and they do them. Hello, Neil Stevens. How you doing? Dr. Del Rey. Hey, we got Pavens in here. Ellie Cosmo, good morning to you. And so they're working out, and they like to fart, and they fart and it stinks. My son, I don't know what it is. As soon as he turns 16, I feel like all of a sudden his butt just lets out weirdness. This was like last week, and this dude stinks a little bit. So I posted a story of being in the kitchen last night, or the dining room area, and like these people stinking up the house. And so it's funny, I get a message back from somebody, and this was the message. What does it have to do with your brand? You know, why do you post these things? What was the purpose and the subconscious thought behind, who you are, what you do with that post? And in my head, I'm like, this is just me, man. Like, this is literally my world. And there was a back and forth discussion to the extent that I literally asked a person, I said, are you drinking right now? Like, why are you asking about what are the things I'm posting? And it's kind of odd, because here's my thought. Good morning, everybody. Luke Chapel. Here's the thought. I am always going to share my world. And just like you should share your world, there is a part of me, and my response was, look, there is a part of me that I'm going to share all parts of my world. There is the part of me that's professional. I sit in this room and I coach individuals. I work with organizations that are billion-dollar organizations, multi-billion-dollar organizations. I coach clients that pay me a great deal of money to help them reach a very specific goal. Like, there's a very high level of seriousness when I get to work. But outside of this, damn it, I am human, as are you. And there are a lot of things I think we question to post, because I could have easily been like, oh, I don't know if I should have posted that, and maybe I should take it down, and it doesn't aid the brand. I'm the brand. You're your brand. You are always selling yourself. And I promise at the end of the day, you've got to be able to transparently, unashamedly be you. Like, I post a lot of weird things about my family because my family's hella weird. That's just who we are. We're a bunch of weird athletes. My wife likes to work out, and she farts sometimes because she's human, and as does my son. He's a teenager. I get kids that get in trouble at school because they're kids and they get in trouble at school. There's going to be things that I do that don't make sense to the rest of the world. And I promise, this isn't a negative thing. I want to say this, and it's not a negative thing, and I'm not saying this to be rude. If you don't like me, you don't have to follow me. I have to like me, because if you don't like me, that's okay. But if I don't like me, now we have problems. And here's what I want you to realize. If you don't like me, it's okay. You don't have to follow me, but it'd be very difficult for me to get to the point of feeling negative about myself because someone I don't know doesn't like me. I'm saying this as a stance for you to grasp this concept. You've got to put things out and realize that if people don't like you, that's okay for them not to like you. They can go other places to engage with other humans. They may not be for you, and you're not for everybody. You are not supposed to be for everybody. I think there's this perspective of, I got to be quiet, I got to tuck back, and I got to only say things everybody will like. And I'm telling you, it's the worst thing you can do, because then you tuck inside and you feel small and you feel quiet. Your voice doesn't get to be what the voice should be. Your voice is meant to do something very specific, to share something very specific. And if you are worried about some people that might not like it, the voice, it gets shut down. And it's problematic for your life. Because here's not only the reason why it's going to be an issue is because you don't get to share your voice, but the person who needs to hear you doesn't get to hear you share your voice. Repeat this. The person who needs to hear you doesn't get to hear your voice because you're too worried about somebody saying something crazy. And you wonder why people's social media doesn't grow and why they don't have enough reach. And here I'm going to tell you the thing. If you aren't able to say enough things to get some people to not like you, then you won't have people know you enough to love you. Precisely. Here's what I'm going to say this in a precise, concise way. If people know you enough to dislike you, they will know you enough to love you. If they don't know you enough to dislike you, they will never know you enough to love you. Repeat this again, because I know y'all just got to settle in this morning. If people don't know you enough to hate you, to dislike you, to be like, I don't like this person, no one will know you enough to love you as a human being, whatever it is you do. And what's crazy is The more we put these things out, the more we keep sharing our voice, the more you find people like that. No one likes to be the person on the fence. Nobody. No one likes to hang out with a person who's wishy-washy, can't make a decision, doesn't know who they are. It's unsettling. I can't be around people who are unsettled inside. Neither can you probably. Someone who's always talking and chattering and trying to say the things and be the yes person and be likable. They're odd. It's hard to spend time a long time with these people because I don't know how to settle my brain. I feel awkward inside. So you need to get off the fence and choose a side because now people know where you stand and they can come stand with you. But it's not going to happen if you're worried about what people are doing. Good morning. I appreciate you. Luke, hey, King Chase says the goddess. Yeah, Becca Boston, this is how it works. I share my world. So in the inbox, I pretty much told the guy, nothing negative or rude. I was like, look, this is who I am. If my wife and my son fart and I find it funny, it's going to show up on my social media. That's just Anthony. It may not show up in my YouTube training videos. It may not show up in my coaching programs, my courses. It's not going to show up on stage. I'm in front of 3,000, 4,000 people. I may not discuss it there. I probably will, actually. If you ever saw one of my speeches, I talk about a bunch of stuff. But it may not show up all there, but it's going to show up in my real world. Because that's my real world. And if you want to connect to somebody's heart, you must connect to their heart and what's going on in their world and their life. Because I realize people that follow me like yourself, man, you always got, good morning, Joey, how you doing, man? You always are going to have people that have the same things going on. And if you really are seriously trying to help somebody's life, now not everybody is. I get that you just a private person, maybe very well hanging out, following this guy because it's cool. But there are also some people who say, you know what? I like that world. I want to be able to share a message, share a story, share my heart, guide somebody to be better. I want to impact other humans' lives. And if you want to do that, you can't do it by playing timid. You've got to be a little bit different, do a little bit different, operate a little bit different. You have to do some things at a higher level. And that means sharing your heart and your world outside of what feels comfortable to you. Because when you tuck it away, man, you rob the world of the gift of you. I'm going to repeat that one because I say it a lot. I want you to let this land a little bit. You will rob the world of the gift of you. Can't do it. Because what happens is this world has a really specific purpose for you. There's a question I have there. Good morning, Miku Latra. Good morning, Adam Track Wooten. How you doing, my man? And it writes, yes. There's this question at the end of every podcast I have. I ask all my guests. And it's a simple question. It was asked to me by a man named J.R. Reed. If he's watching, I love you, dude. And the question was, what promise did God make to the world when he created you? Let that sink in for a second. It's like, here's the world. And kids need you to show up. Sounds odd. My world, the kids that I have, they're going into the world that you operate in right now. And my kids, like my family, I need you to show up in a vastly different way than you might right now. Show up full bore, full speed, on fire. Get the thing inside that just wants to come out. It already wants to come out. It wants to be at the next level, man. You got to find a way to let that thing come out of your body. And yes, you might have some people that dislike you. Great. Let them go. Like that's all. It's okay. Because once you find that groove, your life turns into something incredible. Like I'm dead serious. Your life will be something that is unbelievable for you to look at. But once you actually get to that point of getting past, that's the only way it takes place. It's by getting past the moment of fear or anxiety. And here's the thing. A lot of people, the reason your life isn't what it could be, it's because you don't plan properly. You don't execute properly. You don't stay consistent. And that's okay. You don't. There's nothing wrong with you. It says there's nothing wrong with you whatsoever. But at the end of the day, if your dream is up here, you got to level up to it. You got to do things differently. And if you're not up here, typically what it is something you're afraid of. And I'm being honest, it doesn't come out as I'm afraid, but if you were not afraid of it, it would already be done right now. If you weren't afraid in some little way to do that little thing, it would already be going on in your life at this moment. Soulful Katis says, yes, we got to be transparent. You got to be true to be seen to grow. So here's the thing. It doesn't show up as I'm scared or I'm fearful. It shows up as I'm a perfectionist. I don't know how. One of the things I learned for football that I want you to take on, I repeat some of the same things a lot because everybody's going to be on at the same time. And I think there's certain messages that got to be hammered down. Here's one of them. Hey, why are you talking about me, Farmer Mija Keto Life? Yeah. Hey, we're all human. This happens. This has been my life as well. I had to bust myself out of the shell by doing nightly 90s every single day. I did every day for 1,333 straight days. 33 viewers right now. It's crazy. I did a 90-second video called a nightly 90. For 3.65 years I did it because I wanted to get past the pain and weirdness of simply sharing a thought or idea consistently so I could talk like this, talk on stage. It was very difficult. The consistency was hard. The plan was hard. The thoughts were hard. Putting myself out there was hard, but it had to be done because when you do it, you gather so much more insight. Go to YouTube right now, look up the nightly 90 at Anthony Trucks. You'll see all of the 1,333 straight days of videos, 90 seconds, a family thing. It was all my life there. It's all there. But here's what football taught me. It taught me, one, that in order to be successful, win a game. If you want to win a game, we're talking about. We want to win a game, the game of life, game of business, game of health, whatever that game is you want to win. You have to be incredibly strategic in how you plan at a world-class level. You've got to plan. You've got to strategize. If you don't have a plan, you're hoping things work out. You're hoping if you work real hard, you can win. It's like going out there trying to play against Tom Brady with a park football squad. The dude's got a playbook. He's got a strategy. He's been practicing, and you're over there saying, all right, hike, guys, get open. You can't do that. You can't play the game against life that has a plan against you most of the time, unfortunately. Whether it's the devil, whether it's other people in the world, there's a plan happening against you. You got to have a plan. Two, you got to execute that plan. The fear stops us after we plan. We show up to a moment we've planned for, something shuts us down, right? You got to be able to execute in those moments. And it's not always a lack of information or a lack of process. Sometimes what stops us from executing is inside thing. It's not always the information. It's all there. We know what to do. We just don't sometimes do it, right? But football taught me how to run full speed and execute on that plan towards pain, towards fear, towards failure. Because football every day is running towards another human being, full speed with your body hurting already, towards the fear of like, what if I get hurt? Towards the pain if it's gonna hurt, and towards what if I make a mistake and I fail out here? I gotta get back up and get to the same play over and over again. Play after play after play. That's how life's gotta work, and you gotta be disgustingly consistent. Like, disgustingly. What was it? Coach Tomlin, I played with the Steelers. Coach Mike Tomlin said, we have got to be able to do the small things easily and consistently over all time to win. Small things consistently and easily. Most people don't do the small things consistently. If you think back to a year ago, what's something you started a year ago you aren't doing right now? And what would your life look like if you were doing it, right? The consistency is a piece of it. And I mean disgusting. I don't stop. I don't slow down. What do you do over time in the background? So in the game, when you show up in the game, you can wear the opposition down. You can wear the haters, the trolls, the negativity of the world. You can wear that down because you consistently showed up and got yourself the self-love you need, the self-confidence, the consistency, the skill sets. And you just showed up every day. You wear the world down. You get what you want out of it. But you got to stay consistent to get to that level. And if you can find a way to be consistent over time, things start rolling because the consistency behind the scenes and how you prepare shows up in the way that you can wear the world down every single play of the game. And that's what you got to do in your life. And it starts, my friend, it starts with you sharing your voice, being whoever you are, being unashamedly you. So if you were here in the beginning of this, man, it's all about, for me, at the beginning was, hey, my wife and son were farting last night in the kitchen area. I made a little video and shared it with the world. And somebody says, why would you share that? How's that part of your brand? Because I am my brand. I am humanity. I am just like you. I have a world. I'm going to share that world. And some people don't have to follow me, and that's totally great. It's better, I believe, because then it clears a space for those who do love what I do and can actually benefit from what I share. And it connects me to their hearts at a level deeper than here's a promise of making more money and being happier. Like, that's a great promise. Everyone can make it, but you're going to work with people that you like, that you connect to. So I share who I am in the hopes of connecting to you as a human so I can actually connect to helping you get better in your life. That's how my world works. And you got to do the exact same thing for your life. Put yourself out there. Share your voice. Do not rob the world of the gift of you. Be ashamed. Be unashamed. Put yourself out there. That's it. That's what I got for you today. I got to get my kids to school. I'm incredibly excited about your life. I don't know, these things geek me up in the morning. Just, like I love getting out here, and by the time I'm off of these, I'm awake and I'm ready to go. Today's a writing day. I'm writing my book. So that's it. I'm gonna get to my book. Make sure you guys, if you haven't yet, go to, this is for our daily podcast, Shift Starter Daily. And this is not the IG Live, shiftstarterdaily.com. Head to that link right there, because that link is where you can listen to a daily podcast. Every single morning, Monday through Friday, I drop a podcast. It's 8 minutes long. P.S. Mulligan, you're welcome. It's about 8 minutes long. It's a good little thought, quick little thing to start your day and get it moving. And we roll on. Every single weekday, you get a little dump of me in your ear to pump your soul a little bit and feel great about your life and have an idea of how to be better. My thing is about being a shift starter. You may not know it, but if you're following, you're here right now. You're a shift starter. What that means is you start shift every day inside to change your life outside. It's starting the day with a perspective of, I want to shift what I'm doing 1 degree so I can change the world I live in a better way, have more, do more. So start shift every day. Starts by joining that group right there, hanging out with me and the community of people who all tune in and listen every single morning as well. So head over to Shift Starter Daily. Farmer Mia said she's loving the podcast. Glad you love it. I love doing it. Today's a recording day also. I got to write and record. So I'm going to record a couple of those episodes to get them out to your hearts. And that's it. Take care. God bless you.